these guys are wearing these Sink and Stanley shirts. Okay, and it's about Paul Stanley evidently using background tapes, okay? Here's my position on background. Everybody's not, I'm not, and not everybody's doing that, but I'm definitely not, and I don't know how, really. But my position on that is that if you're in your 70s, right? If you're 72 and you got to put on foot-high monster boots and a Godzilla costume and hook yourself up to wires and fly to the top of the roof and sing, a guy like in that age, I don't really have a problem with a guy that's in his 70s or 80s that might use the technology to give us a show. I can't imagine my mom, who's 81, I can't imagine her breathing fire and spitting blood. Like, well, I can imagine the spitting blood part. But I don't mind the technology being used for its proper thing, like an old dude giving a show, trying his best, but he's old, right? What I do have a fucking problem with, excuse my language, but you know who you're talking to here. I don't like when I have an opening band who's 23 and they have the whole show on a click track and the background vocals are going. You can tell so easily. It's so easy. Like, I'm not saying I'm the greatest singer, and you can hear it on my YouTube. I don't always sing great. Nobody does. Newsflash. Not everybody sings perfect every single show. That's not what rock and roll is. You have good nights, you have bad nights. So to answer your question, that gentleman, when I was watching his videos on the internet, used the most tapes of anyone that I had ever seen. And I know, you can't tell me about using tapes in a video. I know. So I know who's doing it, I know who's not, and if you want to sit down and watch the video with me and tell me that you're not using the tapes, I will tell you that you're full of shit. Because I don't use tapes. And if you do, I'm not gonna pretend that you're on the same level if you're doing jumping jacks and somersaults. I think I answered the question.
I'm an agent of the Sync Army, and I sure know something about backing tracks, autotune, and lip sync.
Wait! You're not doing it in the Paul Stanley voice.
Thinking Stanley here, Baz, and listen!
All right, Boz, so the Sync Army...
No, you're not allowed to talk, he has to, in that accent. Come on. You gotta go for it. Let's hear it.
Thinking Stanley here, Baz, and listen. We got your stance on backing tracks, but what's your stance on elderly artists who refuse to acknowledge that they're using them? And like your old manager, Doc McGee, he even admitted that they're using backing tracks.
I think I stated, I think if you're breathing fire and spitting blood in foot-high heels, you can utilize the technology. I have seen Kiss. How many times have you seen Kiss in the last 3 or 4 years?
Never.
Exactly. I've seen them about 4 or 5 times, and it's still the greatest rock show in the world, all right? Because Kiss, there's no show that has the excitement of Kiss. When the lights go down and that bass goes, and then they fucking hit the stage. If Kiss were in their 20s, I would not like them to use tapes. Or if they were like an athlete one day and said, "Oh, I think I would be a rock star," and then they just get up there and do jumping jacks and have a tape going. I got a problem with that. I don't have a problem with a 75-year-old man giving me the show that he's always given, but also we're not as fans dicks. Like, we should pay respect to a guy like Paul Stanley. Like, for everything that he's done in his whole life, being of that age and still giving us the Kiss show, I feel sorry for people that don't go to a Kiss show.
But you have no problem
it's
with
your
the
loss.
same vocal
It's
track
your
every night.
loss. Like, I tell Eddie Trunk, I go, dude, why don't you bring your kids to see Kiss? Like, you know, he's got a problem with Kiss having spare members, but he doesn't have a problem with Skid Row being on number 8. What's the difference? So when I bring my children to see Kiss now, it's like glorious. It's the same feeling as when my dad brought me when I was 11. And if you're saying, oh, I saw this on the internet, I'm not going to go see Kiss, it's your loss.